Well, we're fired up on a Monday night. We're back here at Bowden's in College Town. It is Florida Week, Noles fans. We welcome you in to another edition of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. My name is Jeff Culhane. Great to everybody be here with us tonight. We ready to beat the Gators this week or what? What do you say? Let's go. They have the Gator Hater Salad on the menu here at Bowden's in College Town. That's appropriate for what we got going on Saturday afternoon. Great show for you tonight. Coming up a little bit later on, Florida State Center Luke Pettibone will stop by the program tonight. He has been one heck of a player in the middle of that offensive line. An associate head coach. He's got some great stories from the past, beating the Gators. Odell Hagens is here tonight as well. And please give it up for your head coach, Mike Norvell, everybody, here in the building. Coach, Florida Week, I know you like this one. It means a lot. It's a big deal across the board. It's one of those games that's 365 days a year in the making, and we're ready to go. Get ready to get after the Gators here on Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely, and we jumped into it yesterday, and obviously coming back, playing on Friday night. We were able to it was a long trip getting home. We got diverted to Jacksonville, had to ride buses coming back, so it was a long trip coming back there Saturday morning. But guys came in, got treatments, came in Sunday, just ready to go, ready to put everything we have into this week. Guys understand what's in front of us, and we've got to go play our best game, and that's something that we're fired up to do. And we've got the leaders within our team have really done a wonderful job of just the ownership of our actions, of the areas where we need to get better. And we've shown great capabilities, and it's time for that to show up here on the road there Saturday.
Yeah, we talked about it. This is an emotional week, emotional game on Friday night. The travel coming home was perfect, but we all made the best of it in a big-time way. And I know the last 72 hours, you just mentioned it, proud of your guys for the focus and everything. Kind of take me through the last 3 days from your vantage point, as I know you've been focused on the work and continuing to get this team ready to go win a football game.
Yeah, anytime you come up with a disappointing result, it's still about what can you do in your assessment, the corrections, obviously the things that we need to implement, going to get better. And in all reality, we've seen a lot of things show up throughout the course of the season that some of the things we can control, some of the things you can't. But ultimately, this football team is hungry to go play its best game, and there's not been any let up. Even to the last seconds of the game there Friday night, man, you felt our guys fight. You felt our guys, push and encourage and challenge each other. And we're excited to having to go on the road this week. To go get our sixth win, and obviously an opportunity to go to a bowl game, and just continue to push this team to play up to the potential that we know it has.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Mike Norvell, over the past 10 seasons, 9 regular season non-conference wins versus the SEC. That's the second most in all of college football, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to try, and this team's going to try and go get number 10 against the Gators coming up on Saturday afternoon, a 4:30 p.m. Eastern kick. Time now for our truest hero of the game. And defensively, Florida State active, relentless against a really good NC State offense, especially at home. And Stephon Thompson played his best game in a Florida State uniform. An FSU best 9 tackles, 1.5 TFLs, 1.5 sacks in his third start of the season. There's a lot of heroes, not quite honestly, from the defensive side of the ball for your football team. We wanted to highlight number 7 because he was sticking his nose in there a ton on Friday night.
And well-deserved. Stephon played, like I said, his best game, of the year, and really proud of him. And he's dealt with some injuries, throughout the course of the season, but we needed, all the guys defensively to show up at a high level. And on that side of the ball, we've seen some guys, the corner position. We've had 2 guys that play a lot of football that have gone down. You had true freshmen out there. You look at the linebacker position. We've had some guys in and out of the lineup with availability, but I thought against a very, very talented NC State team, we were able to make an impact against them. We held them to one of the low scoring out punts of the season, and Stephon definitely did a great job throughout the course of the game.
Hey, when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. So start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. And we are live from Bowden's in College Town. Of course, a proud partner of Florida State Athletics and host location of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. We appreciate everybody here at Bowden's for taking care of us all season long. As a show has been a lot of fun. Thanks so much to all the folks here at Bowden's and College Town, and everybody, of course, coming out and joining us each and every Monday night. Well, coming up next, we'll talk more about the defensive effort from this Florida State football team. Daryl Jackson was a stone wall in the middle of that defensive line on Friday night as well, and the Desir twins continue to shine for FSU as true freshmen. That and more on the way as we're just getting rolling on a Monday night. Live from Bowden's in College Town, we are back after this timeout.
It didn't start here.
But everything it stood for still does.
Some things change.
And some things never change.
Tradition, dedication to excellence, a program built on grit.
And driven by growth.
From the tunnel to the turf, every step forward tells a story.
Just like ours.
Where growth, determination, and a dedication to excellence meet.
Scott and Wallace.
When your health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the top heart and vascular program, the highest level of care for premature babies, the area's most powerful cancer center, and the region's only Level 2 trauma center. TMH is setting new standards for medical excellence, driving research and innovation to bring the best care to our region. TMH is your lifelong partner in health.
Hey, your voice is amazing. Let him hear it.
When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more.
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find.
You're unstoppable.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I'm here to help.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking.
This is Inside Seminole Football with Coach Mike Norvell. Let's bring on the coach with
Hey, we are back Monday night. Great show for you tonight as it's Florida week for Mike Norvell and his Florida State football team. The Noles heading down to Gainesville, the Griffin Stadium, 4:30 p.m. Eastern kick against the Gators, and we're excited for that one. And obviously looking for the end result and moving on into a bowl game here in 2025. Great program for you tonight. Luke Pettibone is in the house. He'll stop by a little bit later on in the show. And Odell Hagens is here tonight as well. Excited to talk with the associate head coach and Florida State legend. Coach, we were talking about your defense at the end of segment number one, and you held NC State to a home season low 286 yards of total offense in that game on Saturday night. You flipped on the film. what stuck out to you about how your group flew around and went out there and caused them to get on their heels a little bit throughout the 4 quarters on Friday?
Yeah, we knew it was a well-balanced attack, and they wanted to establish a run game. I thought our guys played extremely fast and physical. Coach White and the defensive staff had a really good plan that fit our players, and they really embraced it, and we were able to create some pressure on the quarterback. Forced a few throws to be early, and got a couple quarterback sacks. But I was really proud of him for how we were able just to stop the run. Had a couple plays that got out, but I thought our guys were fast and physical, and did a nice job throughout the game, and obviously proud of what I saw when it came to their effort.
Coach Darrell Jackson Jr. Just continues every single game. It feels like to take strides forward. This is a guy that has come a long way, I know, from his time at Gaston County, and what impact that you have had on him, as well as Terrence Knighton, Odell Hagens, everybody in that defensive room, and he's turned himself into a leader for your football team with his response.
And he's had an incredible impact on us. When you have he's a big man with a big heart, and he loves this program. He loves who he gets to do it with. This last game, I thought was statistically a game that really showcased who he is. It was also a game where he probably had the most single blocks that he's had all season. And when they try to go one-on-one with him, obviously he showed what he's made of. And this year he's faced a lot of double teams, sometimes even triple teams. Yeah. So sometimes the stat line didn't just always show the impact that he's been making. But he's a great player, and really proud of him, and just the leader that he is, and the work ethic that he's putting in. And you'll need another big game from him come Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well, and you brought it up. The impact might not be gaudy numbers statistically, but he's holding people up and pushing the interior of that offensive line. I think there were probably, 6 or 7 plays, maybe more than that, on Friday night, where in the running game, the play was literally stopped at the point of attack because Darrell was already 2-3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's what you need for within the interior. They better put 2 people on him, and he can't let them off. But if they do try to have a single block, then he's got to be dominant with it. And so I thought Darrell did a great job. Really feeling confident in the things he's being asked to do, and was extremely productive. With his opportunity there Friday night.
I know we've talked a lot about the Desir twins, but they continue to ball out for you. And Darrell Desir, I thought, had his best game. You talk about best games moving forward, and Mandrell continues to shine for you as well. Talk about Darrell and the impact that he had, and he seemed like he was relentless himself in that game on Friday night.
No, and he played probably the most snaps that he's played throughout the year. But he's another guy that just with every week that goes by, his confidence is growing. His understanding, his reactionary time and movement. Darrell playing primarily out on the edge. There's some different aspects of what you have to face. The leverages that you have to be able to maintain, and just the speed of where all things are coming. Whether you're getting red, whether you're getting back blocks, you obviously being able to transition from run to pass, and so you see him growing with just all of those movements, and then you mentioned Mandrell. Another game with another sack. Yeah. I think, what is that, 5 on it for him for this season? Just really pleased with all that he's doing, and I think one of the dominant freshman defensive linemen in the country this year, and those guys are. They got great futures in front of them, but they're still just scratching the surface of where I think they can go.
Yeah, 7 TFLs, 6 sacks for Mandrell this year, and that's the second best sack output by a true freshman defensive lineman in school history, behind Brian Burns in 2016 with 9.5 sacks. That is impressive stuff. And let me go back through some of those numbers as well. I'd like to throw out as well the great Ron Simmons in that list in 1977. Most since Brian Burns. Ron Simmons with 12 in 1977. That's pretty good company to keep. It's not bad.
There's a couple great names. To be in the same conversation as. But these guys, they know they have a lot of work in front of them, and that's what I think one of the best qualities of Mandrell and Darryl and really the young guys within our team, because you're seeing a bunch of them out there playing, whether it's offensively, defensively. We have a lot of true freshmen, a lot of redshirt freshmen, guys within their first 2 years of the program. When you're out there, every play, I mean, it's just you're learning leaps and bounds, and it's just as you see that growth, you see the potential, you see the confidence. But what I appreciate is that you carry those lessons out to the practice field, the work for improvement, the work to get better. Those guys coming in, spending extra time, in the film room, and just trying to do everything they can to perfect and improve on their craft. And that's what's going to help continue to push this team, as we are moving forward.
Mandrell told us 2 weeks ago that he and Darryl on April Fool's Day would play pranks on their teachers and try and switch classrooms. They done that to you guys yet? They played pranks on you guys? Not yet?
I'm sure they probably have. I still didn't even know. I mean,
right.
It's
that's the great part about it.
I'm pretty good at recognizing them now, but it did take me a few months to be able to feel confident.
Indeed.
No, they're great young men, and that actually doesn't shock me.
No, I bet not. I bet not. It's Florida State football presented by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud partner of Florida State Athletics, and also brought to you in part by Wolfson Children's Hospital. Odds are beaten here at Wolfson Children's. Always here, official children's hospital of Florida State Athletics. Coming up, Deuce Robinson, man, the names that he continues to surpass on the single season record list are extremely impressive. We'll talk with Coach about his offense and some of the things that Deuce continues to do right after we come back from this timeout. Stay with us. We are back after this break.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
When your health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the top heart and vascular program, the highest level of care for premature babies, the area's most powerful cancer center, and the region's only Level 2 trauma center. TMH is setting new standards for medical excellence, driving research and innovation to bring the best care to our region. TMH is your lifelong partner in health.
Hey, your voice is amazing. Let him hear it.
When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more,
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find.
you're unstoppable.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I'm here to help.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking.
right next to you.
More from Coach Mike Norvell coming up on Inside Seminole Football.
And we are back. Adams in College Town here on Monday night. Great to have the head coach, Mike Norvell, here with us this evening. That's Florida State and Florida will do battle inside of Griffin Stadium on Saturday afternoon. Getting coach's thoughts on his guys, and we'll talk about keys to success going down to Gainesville and getting a win this weekend. That's our program, brought to you in part by 4 Points by Sheridan Tallahassee downtown. Experience comfort and convenience in the heart of the city with stunning floor-to-ceiling windows. Their rooms offer some of the best views in Tallahassee. Sleep comfortably and cheer proudly at 4 Points by Sheridan Tallahassee downtown. Coach Deuce, he continues to step up for you, and the names that he is passing and surrounding himself with historically are just phenomenal in the lore of Florida State football. 6 touchdowns this season, most in the conference, most in the ACC. And I know he's been a great leader to your young guys. Jabin came back and had a quality game. Lil did some great things before he got banged up early in the game on Friday night. And that wide receiver room, nice mix of veteran, nice mix of youth. And you'll need them on Saturday with a chance for some big plays once again.
No, absolutely. And, Deuce has done a wonderful job in really, being a consistent playmaker for us, and even, Friday night, I think even he would be the first to tell you that there was a few opportunities that we definitely want to finish on, and, but he's such a competitor. And, what I loved is that you saw at the end of the game when we needed plays to be made, he showed up big, and, he's definitely resilient in every bit of how he plays the game. Being able to go over 1,000 yards is it's a great milestone, but he's just the way he shows up and goes to work on a daily basis, it really has allowed him to do some wonderful things. And I still think that he's got just a huge upside in front of him where he's going to continue to be able to grow. And I know you guys tried you wanted to start fast on Friday with some of those early deep shots to both Deuce and Mackay, and those plays hit. Who knows how the game changes? The momentum of that game changes. It kind of goes into what you talked about and taking advantage of some of those opportunities. No, absolutely. And that's one of those things. In some games, you see that you've seen us being able to have those spark plays, and ultimately it wasn't the case there Friday. But our guys continue to battle, continue to work, in the receiver room to create separation, to do their part, and fully believing that they got to show up, big Saturday, and a lot of confidence that they will. Yep. Deuce Robinson, the 14th 1,000-yard receiving season in Florida State football history. He's the 11th wide receiver to do so. 1,021 receiving yards, his 10th all-time, and he's 39 yards away from passing the great E.G. Green's 1997 season for 9th all-time. That's the names that he passed throughout the game on Friday night. Bolitnikoff and Bolden and so many of these great Florida State names. McCorvey as well up the single-season list. Extremely impressive. Javen Boggs was back, made some plays for you late. Scary moment after the game, I know, but it seems like things are going pretty well for him, correct? They are, and definitely grateful for our medical staff. Just the quick attention and being able to support him. There right after the game, and thankfully everything ended up checking out. He was able to fly back with us there Friday night, and through all further testing, he's going to be good to go, and was able to participate even last night, and so. Definitely, thanking God for just being with him, through that situation, and definitely glad to have him, back out there on the field. Yeah, no doubt about it. Played his statistically his best game in a Florida State uniform Friday night against NC State. Time now for our Scott and Wallace keys to success as the Noles head down to Gainesville, take on the Florida Gators on Saturday afternoon, a 4:30 p.m. Eastern kick. Coach, when you think of this game and you think of the opportunity in this game, what are some of the items that come to mind for your football team right away? It's focus, it's control, and, obviously the explosive plays have to show up. And, going and playing on the road, we've got to eliminate, some of the focus, issues that we've had. And in the games that we've won, we've had roughly one focus penalty in the games that we've lost. We've been over 4, and when you have that type of disparity, that's something that we've shown the ability to play at a high level with that, and it helps with complementary football, and then just being in control of our emotions. Everybody's excited. Everybody wants to go win. There's it's going to be a crowd full of people that are definitely you're not happy to see us, but they don't matter. It's about what we do. It's about how we go out and execute. And this is a talented team that we're playing, but at the end of the day, it's still about us.
Yeah. Scott and Wallace, keys to success. Scott and Wallace, the official injury lawyers of Florida State Athletics. Scott and Wallace with offices in Tallahassee. Coming up, it's our Bowden's great moment in Florida State football history. We're going to talk about those 2 wins over the Gators in 2022 and 2023. One more segment with the head coach, Mike Norvell, live from Bowden's in College Town. Stay with us. We are back after this timeout.
It didn't start here.
But everything it stood for still does.
Some things change.
And some things never change.
Tradition, dedication to excellence, a program built on grit.
And driven by growth.
From the tunnel to the turf, every step forward tells a story.
Just like ours.
Where growth, determination, and a dedication to excellence meet.
Scott and Wallace.
Live from Bowden's, here is Jeff Culhane.
And we are back here with the head coach, Mike Norvell. Great crowd on hand tonight here at Bowden's in College Town as it is game week against the Florida Gators, and the Noles ready to get back to work and get down there. Work started on Sunday and continued through today. Practice back at it tomorrow as well. And some great moments in Florida State football history as the head coach, Mike Norvell, leading this team to 2 big-time wins. We'll take a look back at some of the highlights from the win in 2022. There's Osceola dismounting off a Renegade, the only time he does it against the Florida Gators. Trey Benson with the big night against the UF defense. And how about Jordan Travis? This guy was like Houdini in this contest. He should have had 2 touchdowns. He got robbed out of another one. We're going to see it right here. I think he made the entire Florida defense miss on this play before he made his way all the way to essentially the half-inch line. And the fans were storming the field, as William Floyd would say. A 45-38 win. There's Jamie Robinson in the stands having a little bit of fun in that win over Florida in 2022. And going down to Griffin Stadium the following year with some injuries, and yet your veterans and the guys, your leaders you leaned on, came through in a big-time way, picking up win number 12 in that 2023 season as well. When you think back upon that win in 23, what are some of your favorite memories from that performance?
I mean, that'll be one of the great great wins of my coaching career. Just being a part of that game. Obviously coming off all the emotion. Jordan had just got hurt in the game prior, and you're seeing this team rally around each other, and you're going in a hostile environment. You're playing with great emotion. Just the passion. We talk about the focus and the control. I mean, they played a disciplined game throughout that night, and there was highs and lows. We started off behind. We're able to come back and really just played a complete football game, and made the plays when we needed, and it was just a great night to cap an undefeated regular season.
That was a special one, no question about that. Give me some final thoughts on the matchup, the Gators. They're a team that's been hit by some injuries. Everybody's got injuries this time of year, obviously, Coach, but DJ Lagway in a sophomore season is a guy that can be dangerous when he gets hot overall. And their defense has done some really good things to get some outstanding opponents this year.
Yeah, they have. And I mean, this is a talented team. And, obviously, both teams, our records are what they are. But when you look at the talent, when you see the ability, I mean, it's going to be an absolute dogfight come Saturday afternoon. And, it's this game, all the records, anything that's happened up to this point, it still comes down to the 60 minutes, there, between the white lines. And, it's going to be fast. It's going to be physical. There's going to be a lot of emotion. But ultimately, it's going to come down to players rising up and going to put their best foot forward. And I've got a lot of confidence in what our guys will do. I've got to have a great week of preparation, but fully expecting that. And you can't wait to watch our guys play.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't wait to watch them either, Coach. As always, we appreciate you. Thanks so much for your time, and have a great weekend ready.
Well, definitely appreciate everybody coming out. Looking forward to seeing you guys here again soon. And go Noles.
That's the head coach, Mike Norvell, everyone here. Live from Bowditch in College Town. Last segment there, huh? You knocked it out. Attaboy, last show, number 10. He loves it. He loves hanging out with me for 30 minutes every Monday night. That'll do it for the head coach here at Bowditch. As our program brought to you in part by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable, so start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. Luke Pettibone coming up. He leads one of the top offensive lines in college football. We'll talk with Luke when we return. Back after this timeout.
Your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
Florida. Home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
When your health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the top heart and vascular program, the highest level of care for premature babies, the area's most powerful cancer center, and the region's only Level 2 trauma center. TMH is setting new standards for medical excellence, driving research and innovation to bring the best care to our region. TMH is your lifelong partner in health.
From Bowditch in College Town, this is Inside Seminole Football. Let's rejoin the voice of the Seminoles, Culhane.
Well, enjoying our final show of the season here live from Bowditch in College Town. Big thanks to the head coach, Mike Norvell, stopping by and being a part of the program as the Noles getting ready for the final game of the regular season, taking on the Florida Gators on Saturday afternoon down in Gainesville. Time now for our Gear of the Week, brought to you by Garnet and Gold. This week's featured item is a Nike Men's Tour Stripe Polo with the Seminole head logo to my right, and you're seeing it right now on our live stream on all Florida State streaming platforms. It's a good-looking polo right there, as Garnet and Gold has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Visit one of the 3 locations here in Tallahassee and pick up your new game day gear. Well, I'll tell you what, we are fired up to be joined by our next guest. What a great addition he's been to this Florida State football team, a captain essentially of this squad. Give it up for Luke Pettibone, everybody. Great to have him here with us. Big fella, it's great to see you. How much, as you made your way to Florida State, and you're a guy that played against FSU during your time at Wake Forest, when you knew you had that opportunity back in the in the off season, just kind of take me through the excitement, the emotions, and some of the things that were going through your mind when you knew you had a chance to come to Tallahassee and play for Coach Norvell and Coach Culhane and company.
Yeah, I think growing up a college football fan, you realize that Florida State is one of the blue blood programs in the entire country, and I think that when that opportunity was presented to me, it was something that I was very serious about. And meeting Coach Norvell, Coach Hand, Coach Malzahn, I fell in love with the place, and I think it worked out great for me. It's the perfect fit.
Yeah, you mentioned you are a college football fan, and you come from a football family in a big-time way. Let everybody know. Tell people about your football family. I'd imagine that, every day, every weekend, it was next level in the Pettibone household with as many great football minds and players that are a part of it. Walk everybody through it from your grandfather on down. It's impressive.
Yeah, so my grandfather, he played college football at Tulane, got drafted by the Chicago Bears, played in the NFL for a pretty long time, and then coached for the Redskins in the 80s and 90s, won 3 Super Bowls as the defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator with Joe Gibbs for the Washington Redskins.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then my dad played football at the University of Maryland, and my older brother played football at Alabama and Illinois. And my younger brother right now plays football at Maryland.
Man, now that's a crew right there. I would think this time of year growing up, like Thanksgiving week, as much football as there is on the TV, did you guys leave the living room? Besides to eat, of course. I mean, the living room, the Pettibone boys were posted up, I would imagine, back in the day.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, whenever we all got together, it was definitely centered around football. And, we'd all sit around the couch and watch together. And my dad and my grandfather would tell stories, so, those are times that are, priceless.
Yeah, absolutely. When did you know growing up? How young were you when you knew you were going to be a football player? What age was it?
I think, I had an urge to play at a young age, and my dad kind of pulled the reins back a little bit and wanted me to wait a little bit longer. He just wanted me to, be at the right age, right maturity to play. I started playing when I was 9, and kind of from there, it's been the sport that I've always loved.
Yeah, well, you can tell by the way you play the game, the love you have for it, and how you lead as well. It's truly impressive. As the Florida State offensive line has not allowed a sack in the last 2 games against Virginia Tech and NC State. The last time that happened were the final contests of 2017. The last time it happened in ACC play was all the way back in 1995 when it happened in 3 games in a row. Historically great stuff by what you and this offensive line are accomplishing. Luke, how proud are you of how this group has come together? You know as well as anyone, it takes a lot of time to gel and mesh as a unit. Yeah, you guys came in and essentially hit the ground running against Alabama in that first game, having about, 10, 15 practices together as a unit?
Yep, I think kind of just like what you said, probably the thing I'm most proud of is the way that we've come together. And I think that, when you start a season with, 5 new starters, essentially, that guys that have never known each other, never met each other, it's definitely something that, you're nervous about. But I think it's a credit to Coach Hand, Coach Norvell, and Coach Malzahn for bringing in 5 guys that, we all really love each other. And, we've really come together this season. And, I think that's probably one of my favorite parts about this team is being able to spend time with the offensive line and grow together and go out there and go to war with them.
5 guys that have come from different places, different backgrounds.
Yes,
what would
sir.
you tell everybody about the guys you play with. Rizzy got a start the other night. He's a Harvard guy as well. Just some of the things you appreciate about the offensive line group that you start with and play with.
Yeah, I think that, a lot of what everyone sees is us on the field and, the intensity we play with and stuff like that. But I think something that I really appreciate about this group is, how we're able to, crack jokes, have fun. And, when times haven't gone exactly how we wanted them, we've all stayed together. And I think it's because of, the positive energy that's within that room. And I think that's also a lot of credit to Coach Hand.
Yeah, and I was going to bring it up. Herb Hand, an offensive line coach who has it's been another great addition to this coaching staff here in 2025, a guy that has probably forgotten more football than any of us in this room know, period. For people that don't know Coach Hand very well, how would you best describe him as a coach and then also as a person away from the field as he loves up on you and gets you guys to get tight?
Yeah, I'd say Coach Hand as a coach is a guy that, he's going to, he's going to coach you hard and he expects the best out of you. But he loves us all, and you can tell by the way he coaches. Because if a guy's coaching hard, that's how you know he truly cares about you. And I think that as a man, he's a great man. He's taught us all a lot of life lessons, and I think that I'm really lucky to have him as my coach for my last year of college football.
Yeah, that's a good combo to have. That's for sure. And man, we're lucky to have you as well at that center spot. You've been a leader on this team and a guy that has helped this team through some of those tough times with your leadership, your guidance, and your play. Take me through this week. I know there's nothing more than you guys want to go down and win a rivalry game on the road in a hostile environment and be able to extend the season, right, and play some more football and go and play a bowl game. How important are these next 3-4 days overall and getting ready to go down there and prepare to go get a win?
Yeah, I think that this week of practice is going to be essential. And I think, we got to get to work tomorrow and, carry that on to the rest of the week because we know that Saturday is going to be a war. So I think the guys are really excited. Like you said, it's a great opportunity against a rival to extend our season, keep this team together for a couple more weeks, which is really important to all of us. And, we're really excited for Saturday.
I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun watching you play and great having you here and talking with you. I'm excited about what you can do even beyond your time here at Florida State, Luke. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
I appreciate it.
That's Luke Petitbeau, ladies and gentlemen. He has been tremendous, an all-ACC caliber player, Remington Award watch list player as well from the top center in all of college football. As our segment with Luke is presented by Seminole Boosters. Coming up, we'll talk about this Florida State-Florida rivalry. Nobody better than Odell Haggins. He stops by our main table here at Ballots in College Town. When we come back, we are back after this timeout.
It didn't start here.
But everything it stood for still does.
Some things change.
And some things never change.
Tradition, dedication to excellence, a program built on grit.
And driven by growth.
From the tunnel to the turf, every step forward tells a story.
Just like ours.
Where growth, determination, and a dedication to excellence meet.
Scott and Wallace.
Florida. Home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and
Hey, your voice is amazing. Let him hear it.
When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more.
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find.
You're unstoppable.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I'm here to help.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking.
More inside Seminole football. Here is Jeff Culhane.
Hey, a big thanks to our Florida State cheer squad welcoming us back. Thank you very much as they get us revved up here at Bowditch and College Town, and of course for all Florida State athletics events. As our program brought to you in part by the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, here to remind you that if alcohol is in the mix, driving is not. Plan ahead, designated driver, grab a ride share, or stay put. Winning starts with smart choices. Drive sober, arrive alive. Go Noles. And also brought to you in part by Grassroots Coffee. Every time you buy Grassroots Coffee's End Zone Blend, a portion of each sale goes directly to FSU's football program. Order the coffee that supports our Noles by scanning the QR code on the screen or at grassrootscoffee.com. Grassroots Coffee, made for everyone, loved everywhere. Here you go, Odell Hagens. We're going to give that to the Hagens family.
Thank you.
Thanksgiving holiday right there,
My
huh?
wife would
How
love
about that? There we go. Mark Lowe, parting gift, huh? There we have it. Please give it up as we talk this week, Associate Head Coach, Florida State legend, Odell Hagens, everyone. Yes. Coach, man, what is this week? When you think of this week, what does it mean? What does it mean to you?
It's hard to talk about,
Yeah.
man. Really, this week, it's a rivalry week in Florida and Florida State. You know, and I was telling my wife friend over there she worked with, and I've coached in, this will be my 33rd game coaching in, and also I played in 4 of them. So it never gets stale, man. And you know, old cliche, you might as well throw the record books out because both teams going to play their best and play hard.
Yep. You said it. You played in these games, and in the final 3 years of your career as a player, the Garnet and Gold got the job done, and I would imagine one of the more exciting moments as a player was in 1988, Coacher, when you had a pick 6 in that game, a ball tipped by Anthony Moss, and you grabbed it and took it to the house. How loud was Doak Campbell Stadium? Can you remember that feeling you had?
Yes, it was a great feeling. Any defense lineman, once the ball touched your hands and you intercept the ball or recover fumble, you want to score because you never get the ball, you never get a pass, you get a fumble or interception or something, you want to score. But it was a great feeling, and also doing it against that team, and that year we beat them 52-17, and that was a great victory. We're playing hard and having fun.
Did you high step? Did you do a little high step in the end zone for that one?
No. What I did, I ran back to the sideline, took my helmet off, and Coach Bowers was laughing at me. Hey, buddy.
That's fantastic. That's outstanding. As a player and then as a coach, the emotions around it, compare them, similarities, differences, or is it all the same for you when you think about playing in this game, but also coaching as many times in it as you have? Are there some similar kind of emotions there in getting ready for it?
Yes. As a player and a coach, it's about the same.
Yeah.
It's very intense, but the thing about it, you must be poised. You know, it's going to be a lot of hype, and this team going to be chomping at this team going to be chomping at that team. So, but you must be calm, cool, and collected. When the ball snap, you got 6 seconds each play to get after somebody. So after the play, get up and go back to the huddle. But you know, a lot of them guys on that team play with a lot of guys on our team.
Yeah.
So it's bragging rights. And believe it or not, I'm from Polk County, the heart of that orange and blue down there. So, and I love it when we beat Florida. So I go home and I'm smiling.
Absolutely. There's no question about that. Hey, I want to talk about your defensive line group with Coach Knighton and the work that's gone into that, how much better that group has gotten, and Daryl Jackson as well. As we continue on here with Odell Hagens, we're live here at Bowditch in College Town. Stay with us. We'll wrap up our show and talk more with Coach Hagens about the matchup with the Gators coming up after this timeout. Stay with us.
Your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
This is Inside Seminole Football.
All right, back one final time, literally one final segment here in 2025. Man, it's crazy how fast it goes. It just, you get to August, feels like August takes forever, and then you play the first game, Coach, and it's all downhill right after that. You feel that way?
Yes.
Man.
But Jeff, the older you get, the faster it goes.
Oh, that's
Remember that,
okay. All right. That's some Hagen's wisdom right there here on the program. As Inside Seminole Football brought to you in part by Carver's Discount Cleaners. Mean on stains, green on earth. Try new Eco Green Dry Cleaning at Carver's Discount Cleaners, 1215 North Monroe Street in Midtown. Before we talk some more football, I wanted to give some shout-outs to our great people here, our great folks that have made this show happen and work. Can we please give it up for our great team at Seminole Productions to my left? Kirby Kander, our director, Jacob Varga, our producer, Meredith Grimm, our associate producer, Maya Keiko, our audio engineer, Brian Graves, whose lighting makes us sweat in 40-degree weather, Dylan Johnson and Jordan Stone on camera, and Ethan Burdett, our engineer as well. Shout out Wes McCall also. Man, the look of this show has improved so much since these guys took over, and can't thank them enough. Shout out to my engineer, Chris Culp, for making it happen all season long. How about our team at Legends over here? They're all huddled. Look at those 6 guys that are scrunched into that booth right there. Oh, my goodness. If it was an elevator, it'd start dinging right now. Bill Houston, Kevin Bell, Clint Cura, Tyler Downs, Joey Keenan, Jack Cavament, Jaden Jones, I guess it's the night off, apparently. I don't know where he's at, but he's not here right now. And the folks at Bowden's as well. Thanks to everybody joining us on Monday nights, the bartenders, the waitstaff, the cooks, Octave in the back, cooking up that buffalo chicken wrap. So darn good. And I know, Coach, you wanted to make mention of some folks that are here with you tonight.
Yes, I would like to get a special shout out to my wife, Robin, and also my daughter coming home for Thanksgiving, her second year in school, about to finish her fall semester of her sophomore year. I'm proud of you, and I love you, baby.
There we go. I see the retweets for the play she makes. Does a great job. Yeah, a little volleyball. I like it. All right, so back to a little football here. Man, I tell you what, Daryl Jackson, we were talking with Coach Norvell earlier in the show. I tell you what, he's playing just phenomenally right now, Coach. What do you see in him, how he's taking the next steps forward as a leader in the middle of that defensive front for you guys?
Well, it's amazing. Daryl Jackson coming back, and, you know, he trusted us, trusted Coach Knighton and Coach Norvell and myself, and he's a very mature young man. and he's taking it to another level. What he's doing, he's practicing hard. He's applying it. I always tell him, when you practice and apply, it'll happen in the game.
Yeah.
And he's being a leader by example, doing it on the field. You see this big man running around and doing things out there on the football field, 6'6", 335 pounds, running to the ball, running receivers down, hitting them and stuff. That makes you feel good. That tells you where you're programmed. A lot of people talk this and that, winning losses, but, Coach, I'm going to say this, he's building the program.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah. He made mention and talked about it during his press conference today when the unfortunate second muff punt happened with 2:15 to go in the game. The first guy that was sprinting out there was Darryl, getting everybody riled up. I mean, when you see that as a former player and a position coach that's been around that guy a lot, what are the things, the emotions that come to mind for you?
Yesterday, when I didn't know it until Coach showed it, and it brought tears to my eyes. And Coach always talk about a standard. That is Florida State standard. No matter what situation we're in, we're going to fight to the end.
Yeah.
Win or loss. And that's Florida State standard. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get that and make a picture of it and put it up. And I'm going to have him sign it because that is Florida State standard.
Yeah. It's impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Yep.
And it really brought tears to my eyes when he showed it to me. And when that happened, I didn't see it. I was down there talking to some other guys about certain things. I didn't see it. When I saw it, I said, wow, this young man right here.
And what can that do? How does that rub off on guys like Mandrell and Darryl Desir, Kevin Wynn, and others when they see a guy like Darryl, when you can hang your head and pack it in, saying, hey, let's go. We still got a chance to go out there and get the ball back.
What I told Darryl his last game, he walked off the field, and I hugged him. I say, son, I love you, and thank you for everything you've done for this coaching staff and this program. I said, you know what you're doing? You are a trendsetter of the next generation. The way you're carrying yourself as a man, and you're never late to anything, you're early all the time, what Coach wants, and you're leading by example. I said, you are a trendsetter. I say, next year, I'm going to call you back and say, Darryl, thank you again. Mm-hmm. Because those young guys see you. And that's one thing back in the day when Jamie Dukes, Cletus Jones, and Henry Taylor, they showed us when I was here. And then when I left, Corey Fuller, them saw us. It's like trendsetters. You got to have those examples.
Yeah, he's one of them right now.
He's a huge one.
That's for darn sure.
And I love it.
Mandrell and Darryl Desir, man, true freshmen having an impact, Coach. What stood out to you about those two young men?
I tell you what, they play so hard.
Yeah.
They love the game. And like I tell you, they love the game. And that comes from Darryl.
Yeah.
With Darryl coming back and out there pushing. I remember one day Terrence sent Darryl back 8 times. 8 times. And you know what he did? He didn't fuss. He didn't cry about nothing. Went back and got the work done.
Wow.
And that show you. And I'm excited. Those two right there, thank God we got them.
There we go. Well, I'll tell you what, we thank God we got you, Coacher. I can tell you that. We're so appreciative of you and everything you've done for Florida State University, and it's always great talking to you. You always put a smile on my face. I know that.
Thank you, Jeff.
There you go. That's Odell Higgins, Knowles fans. He bleeds Garner, has a heart of gold, that's for sure. That's going to do it. That's our final segment of the year, Inside Seminole Football. Give yourselves a round of applause for joining us on Monday night. Thanks so much for being a part of it. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everybody. As always, go Noles.